Hi, this is Arthur Carmazzi, best-selling author and currently ranked as one of the world's top 10 thought leaders in organizational culture and leadership. And welcome to Where's Your Brain? And let me give you a little bit of a recap of what we've learned so far with some of the other videos. So first of all, the very first one was we learned about ambiguity relief. And ambiguity relief is the process, the genetic process by which your brain achieves clarity and how action is associated with that clarity, okay? Then we looked at all of the different genes and different neurotransmitters that actually create ambiguity relief, and we looked at the different parts of the brain that happens in. And then, in the last video, we looked at brain power, and we identified that brain power was essentially relationship between how you do things and your ability to actually achieve things. It's not necessarily how you think, but how you can do stuff or get things actioned. Okay? And of course, all of this relates back to ambiguity relief. And then we looked at the different ambiguity relief processors last time, very briefly. And today we are going to be looking at the green brain chaotic processor. So, today we're going to be going a little bit in depth. Now there is actually 27 different applications to each of these different ambiguity relief processes that we have counted in for the purpose of developing teams, developing personal effectiveness, group effectiveness, relationships, study habits, all kinds of things, time management, everything. And of course, we're not going to be able to go into that now, but I'm going to give you an idea of what the green brain chaotic process is about, how it works, and why you may have a green brain and why you think, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Or why other people may think that, oh my gosh, why is this guy like this? Or girl. All right, so let's look at the fact that green brains are chaotic processing. Nothing is connected. All right? Now, as a brain process where nothing is connected, that means that, well, you've got all of these different things, and that means you can, in order to create stuff, whether it be an idea, a decision, a project design, anything, okay, you got to be able to put stuff together. So in order to put stuff together, what the green brain does is, first of all, they need some information, but here's the thing. They need very, very little information. So they get a little bit of information that basically sparks the idea. And remember, because nothing is connected, now they're starting to get over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, start pulling stuff in, and they connect things through action. So this is what the green brain does. It is an action process. Everything is connected through action or interaction, which basically means that some of the green brain people might say, hey, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? And let's just look at what this means. Now, if you remember earlier when we were talking about the different neurotransmitters and also the different speeds of processing, green brains have a very fast speed of processing. And if you remember the analogy, you're driving a Ferrari. So you're not going to notice all the little details going on, because if you do, you're going to crash. Okay? So what you want to be able to understand about green brains is that they're going over here, over here, over here, and immediately with just this little piece of thing, they're going to start moving, and they're not going to get the details. And in fact, because nothing is connected, well, they're not really that good with structure. So this may cause some issues if you are not green brain and you've got somebody like this on your team and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this person is unbelievable. How can I deal with them? But here's the thing. First of all, it's genetic. You can't change them. So the first thing you got to do is basically understand that because they do have this ability, it also means that they are able to solve problems on the fly. Okay, now green brains actually do make the most mistakes of any other brain color, but They also recover faster from their mistakes than any other brain color, which basically means that oftentimes green brains are doing some things like, oh no, that didn't work. So they go over here, remember nothing's connected, they grab something else, take this one out, put this one in, and keep on going. And sometimes nobody even realized they made a mistake. Okay? So they're very good at recovering quickly in any kind of event. They're also very good at dealing with spontaneous situations. Something happens, it's like, oh, they got to think on their feet, like, boom, okay, let's try to figure it out instantly and fix the problem. They don't need to kind of sit down and look at everything and all of this stuff. Now, okay, because green brains do have a chaotic process, okay, oftentimes their lack of structure makes people feel uncomfortable. Well, why is that? Because other people need structure to get clarity. While, remember, the green brains are needing to take action in order to get clarity. So there's very clear, different process of getting clarity. And because green brains are action-oriented, oftentimes if there are people in a team that are not green-brained, and the green brains are needing to actually get some part, right? They need to get this part from this other team member, and what ends up happening is that because they can't really see that whole big picture thing clearly, right? So they've got that big fuzzy thing, but it's not clear until these people finish that part. So they kind of like sometimes are misunderstood because they seem a little bit pushy. It's like, come on, you got to finish this part. But remember that green brains is all a genetic process. So how to deal with this situation is accepted. Deal with the fact that you can't change it and leverage on strengths. Green brains can be creative without having any foundation. Just a little bit of information is like, boom, okay, here it is. And because they're action-oriented, they will also have more potential for innovation, which means acting on creative ideas. So, they can solve problems really quick. You can leverage on this, okay? And sometimes they will create balance between people who are a little bit more structured or have a little bit more detail. So maybe they don't have the structure, maybe they don't have the detail, but as long as you know their strengths, you are able to make your green brain friends as a important part of your team. Now, if you are green brain and you're like thinking, but you know, I've always thought that this was the wrong way. No! Green brains are awesome. And the reason why they're awesome is, well, because you can visualize things faster, okay? You can get things done faster than most of the other brain colors. The only problem is that you're not going to be too detailed. You're going to make a few more mistakes. And this is why, as a green brain, you need to leverage on the power of other people's brains as well. So, with that, in the next program, we're going to be talking about the red brain. And with that, this is Arthur Carmazzi wishing you great success.